Hey, welcome everybody. We're going to talk today a little bit about choosing a niche. So I'm actually getting ready to start a few new websites here, and so I'm just going to walk through the whole process with you of how I go through picking a niche idea. Basically, I just start with kind of brainstorming some general ideas, and I've spent the last couple weeks coming up with ideas, just writing down things as I think of them, and then taking those ideas and kind of extrapolating different things, different ideas that came up from them. So let me give you an example. I love watching movies with my family, and so I wrote something down there, and then I started kind of extrapolating ideas. And, obviously we came up with TVs and different things like that, projectors and so on and so forth. And then I thought about last summer we actually rented a an inflatable screen and had a little movie night in our backyard. And so I thought about backyard theater. And so I wrote that down as one of my niche ideas that I'd like to kind of consider for a website. And so that's the first step, right? We look at that, just the basic ideas, and then kind of come up with ideas based on what our interests are. Because obviously, the more interest you have in a particular topic, the better that will be for you as you start moving into marketing and optimization and some of these things. Because you'll know your audience and you'll know the people who are going to be interested in what you're interested in, and that'll help answer questions and just a world of benefits there doing something you'll enjoy. Okay. Second thing we want to look at is kind of the real world competition. Right. So I like to kind of think, right, backyard theater. Is there a, a company, a nationwide chain out there that's their specific target audience? I mean, if you said pet supplies, for example, uh, you would think PetSmart, Petco, right? They're pretty big companies out there, nationwide chains that they do pet supplies. So pet supplies, not a great niche for us. We'd want to narrow that down. But I can't think of anything for the ideas that I've come up with here as far as nationwide online type of stuff. So let's go to the next stage. And what I like to look at there is the online competition. We go to Google for this, so I want to make sure you got to be on the Google search box. It can't be Yahoo or some other search engine. It has to be Google. And we're going to use a qualifier here. So in the search box, I just type in and it'll pop up to the top there. I'm going to type in all in title as if it's one word, and then a colon, and then a space. And right now it's coming up with one of the things I did a search for uh, popular cover songs, and that's a little high. What we're looking at is this number right here. We want this number ideally to be under 30,000. So popular cover songs probably not the best niche. Um, so we could do something like um, popular cover music, maybe, or popular song covers. Let's try that. That actually just about the same here. Um, oops, need that space. Covers of popular music. About the same. Let's try songs. Way higher. Okay. Um, unique cover songs. 33. We're getting close. Um, oof, not that one. Um, How about do hmm, about unique music covers? No, feeling like this might not be my best idea. Um, but usually you can always find a way to state your niche that'll work well. So I'm gonna keep digging there. Let's look at a couple of the other ideas that I had. Um, let's do the um, the backyard theater. It's a backyard theater, 371,000. That's pretty high. So let's say, okay, that's really low. So with a result like 8, that doesn't give me enough demand. What I'm looking at really is competition, but this also kind of indicates the demand. So backyard theater equipment, maybe. Hmm, no. How about backyard movie theater? Oh, still really, really low there. Yeah, that may not be a best idea either. Let's look at my third niche idea was ghost hunting. I pretty big fan of the show Ghost Hunters, and so thought that would be kind of an interesting idea. Let's look at ghost hunting equipment. No, not very good. Ghost hunting gear is a little high. How about ghost hunting gadgets? Not really. I'm gonna try it with some quotation marks. That looks for that specific phrase. That takes it down lower. Okay, pretty high results that way. So there we go. So ghost hunting tools, as you can see, make a good niche. 4,520 results, well under our 30,000 that we're looking for. There's not a major retailer out there. So let's take this to the next step. We're going to look at a couple things. So I like to look at trends next. So we're going to use this trends.google.com, and we just put in the search term ghost hunting tools, and we're kind of look at how this trends and over the last few months here. Let's see. I was kind of projecting to go down here, but it's been on a pretty steady upward climb here over the last couple days. Um, so there's not seeing anything really bad, but let's look at maybe some longer term to kind of see. looks like it had some popularity back at this point, but it was kind of up and down here, and then it's kind of steadied out. And it looks like it's on a little bit of an upward climb here over the last little bit. Um, but it looks like, over the last 5 years or so, that it's been kind of pretty steady. So what I'm looking to avoid is I don't want to see something that over the last 5 years is just going like this, right, straight down and continuing to go down. Where it took some time and peaked here and then kind of slowed down a little bit, and now it's steadied out. This tells me this was kind of a fad here, and then it kind of leveled out. Now we're level, and I'm okay with that. I think that's still a pretty good niche here. So we can look at it more worldwide with the trends, and we'll see the same kind of patterns there. Or I could, specific other countries. Obviously, if I'm, in Canada or the UK or something like that, I might look at those specifically, just to kind of get an idea. So I could bring this up in Canada, and not enough data in Canada, so that's it's kind of interesting. Maybe not a whole lot of people in Canada interested in ghost hunting, so that's something that we might avoid there. But this just gives us a little overview of kind of the way things have looked over the years. So I'm okay with what I found there. So let's move on to the next step. I like to look at a couple of sites here to kind of gauge my pricing. And so again, we'll put in ghost hunting tools here. And what I'm looking at, I want to see these prices, right? What I want to see is I want to see an average price over about $45. And I know a lot of these are going to be pretty expensive, 249, 810. Here's one that's 69. Here's one that's 1995. I don't really like that so much. The 1595, don't like that so much. But a good majority of the products here are well over $45 that are coming up in this search. Then I'm also going to search Amazon. Same kind of deal here. I just want to see on average, the prices on my products are around $45. Um, there are a few under here, but I would say by and large, most of the major products we're looking for are going to be over that $45 range, right? A few that'll be a little bit lower on Amazon, and that's because they're going to have some of these downloads of apps and things like that that we're not going to really worry about on our website. So I would say in general these looks good. So I think of my three niches so far, ghost hunting gadgets would be our best niche. That's probably one I would jot down. And what I'd like, if you're watching this video, whenever we get back together, make sure you've got 4 or 5 good niche ideas that you've done this research, and you can say, here are some things that I might like to move forward with my website, and kind of cover these different topics. But that's kind of the basic process, and how we'll go through it. So we'll see you here in the next video.